What is up guys, I'm Shivam Pandey and you're watching The Techpreneurs. So this week my exams are going on, so I am not able to create any devlog for this week. And instead of a devlog, this is a video in which I'll tell you some of the tricks and shortcuts which I use while creating my game in Unity and Visual Studio. So I hope it helps you in your workflow also, and let's get started. The first tip is, as there are many windows in Unity, so if you want to zoom in and see a particular window, you just have to click the window and press Shift plus space to maximize or minimize a particular window back to its normal size. So it would be very helpful if you want to look at a particular window while creating your game. The next tip is, if you are working with text in Unity, be it a Text Mesh Pro text or the inbuilt normal text UI, so if you want to format a particular part of the text instead of the whole text, then what you can do is you can use HTML text between different characters. For example, if you want to make a few characters bold, then you can use the bold tag around those characters, the B tag in HTML, and it will bold that particular part of the string and the rest part would remain the same. You can use the italics tag, you can use the underline tag, superscript, subscript or line break, and you can test out what other tags you can use in your text string. So by using this approach, you can format particular characters of your string by just creating a single text UI. The next thing is, if you want to quickly toggle between activating and deactivating an object in your hierarchy, you can just click on that object and press Alt Shift and A. The next thing is align to the view. Instead of changing the particular X, Y and Z components of the position of a particular game object, you can just set the scene view to whatever place you want that object to be. Just select the object and click Ctrl Shift F, and that object would be positioned and aligned to the scene view. I prominently use this process to set my camera through the scene view, and this makes the process a whole lot faster. The next tip is, while you are coding in Visual Studio, if you want to copy a whole line, instead of dragging and selecting the whole material of that line, you can just move to the end or the start of that line and click Ctrl C, and then you can paste it wherever you want and the whole line would be pasted as it is. The next trick is, if you are using code blocks in Unity such as for loop block or a for each block, you just have to write the initials of that block and click tab twice, and it would automatically fill all the format of that particular block. So each time you are creating a for loop or for each loop, you do not have to write the whole code again and again. Just write for and double tap, and the things are automatically done by the editor. The next thing is, if you want to move a line up and down in your editor, then you can just click anywhere on that line and click Alt plus up and down an arrow key to shift that line completely above or below something. You can also select a big code chunk, and you can use the same method to position it up and down any other lines in that code editor. The next tip is very simple, but still I find it very useful in my day-to-day practice, as I am constantly changing between the Unity editor and the Visual Studio Code editor or any other tab in my computer. Then I can use just Alt plus tab to change between different open tabs in my computer. So it makes changing of scene from Unity editor to Visual Studio Code very fast. The next thing is, if you want to apply an indentation block in your code while coding, then you can just select the whole code block and press tab to provide proper indentation. The next tip is, while you are coding, you can navigate through different lines and different characters of the code using the arrow keys, but that way is very inefficient and time consuming. So instead of that, if you want to go to the start and end of a line, you can just press the home and the end key to go to the start and end of any line. You can also click shift to select a particular line using home and end keys. You can use control and arrow keys to navigate between different words in your editor instead of navigating like character by character. And you can press Ctrl plus end and Ctrl plus home to move to the top and the end of the document or the script you are creating for your game. The next trick is, if you want to delete a whole line from your code in Visual Studio, you can just put your cursor anywhere in that line and hit shift plus delete to remove that particular line. You can also cut a particular line in a similar way by clicking Ctrl plus X, so the whole line is cut, and you can then paste it anywhere else in your code editor. The next point is, while you are editing your game in scene window, you can easily toggle between different tools that are specified at the top left corner of the editor: the hand tool, the move tool, the rotate tool, or the scale tool, or any other tool, by using the top row keys of your alphabets in your keyboard. For example, Q for hand tool, W for move tool, similarly E for rotation, and R, T, Y, U, I, following all the other tools that are specified there in the particular order. So it is very easy to remember these shortcuts, and it will make your editing process less painful. The next tip has helped me a lot of times while I'm using packages in Unity. So each time I open the package manager, it takes some time to load and show all the packages available in the Unity package manager, and it also takes some time to install those packages. So suppose if you are using any package again and again in mostly all of your games, packages like post processing or PSD importer or packages like Pixel Perfect Camera, then you can use this simple trick. You can go to your project window and right click on the assets, and you can go to show in Explorer, and it would show the assets folder in the Explorer. And here you can go to the packages folder and select the manifest file. And here you can see all the packages that Unity is using right now for this particular project. So if you want to import some other packages in Unity, what you can do is open your previous manifest file in which you have used that package. You can just copy the package name and its version in the selected format. You can copy that from there and you can just paste it in the current manifest file of your current project and just save that file and go back to Unity. Then you can see that the package manager loads and installs the required package you want in your Unity editor. The next thing is, while you are editing your game, you can just select any game object from the hierarchy and press F to focus on that particular object. But if that object is moving while you are playing the game or while the Unity editor is running, you can click on, or you can select that object from the hierarchy and press Shift plus F to completely lock that object in the scene view. So even if the object is moving now, your scene view would follow that particular object and you can see where that object is moving in the scene. The next tip is very simple, but many people don't use that thing, which is the error pause button in the console window. So what this button does is, as the name suggests, it pauses the Unity in that particular frame in which an error is occurred. So this is really helpful when you are debugging the game, because now you can exactly see due to what reasons your game is throwing an error and how you can resolve that particular issue. The next tip is useful when you are using tile palettes in your game. So suppose you have tile palettes in your game, then there are some more additional tools which you can use to edit your tile palettes. So while painting tiles in your grid, if you accidentally paint a large number of tiles in a wrong way, then you can just select the filled box tool, select the selection in which wrong tiles are painted by clicking and dragging your mouse. But this time you have to click shift with that also, and when you remove the mouse from there, then the whole selection is removed from the grid. So instead of using eraser and deleting a particular tile from the grid, you can just select a number of tiles with shift and mouse and remove them all at once. The next step is, in your hierarchy, if you have selected a number of objects, you can just press Ctrl and I to invert the selection. That means all the objects that are selected would be deselected and all the objects that are deselected would be selected. Might be helpful in some cases. The next thing is, if you want to search a particular asset in your Unity editor, you can just go to the projects panel and there is a search bar above. You can type the name of the particular asset you want to search. But one more thing, if you want to check if that particular thing that you have searched is available on the asset store or not, there is an option here for you to click on the asset store panel, and here you can see all the free and paid assets that are available on the asset store with the same keyword that you have searched in the project panel. So this is a very quicker way if you want to search some small assets that you want to implement in your game. From here you can select that particular asset, open the asset store page for that thing, and you can download it and use that in your game as you like it. So that is it for today, guys. Make sure to join my Discord server, link is in the description. If you like the video, consider subscribing for more such content. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, dream big, hustle hard, and keep watching the Techpreneurs. Bye.